In today's video, we're going to work on how to co-contract, meaning kind of contracting two muscle groups at the same time. And in this case, it's going to be the abdominals and the hip flexors. Now, why is this so important? Well, for most of us, the most efficient way of walking is when those abdominals are really playing nicely with those hip flexors and everything is working together. And I found on this channel and people that I see in person, a lot of times if the leg feels heavy, or maybe you catch your toe quite a bit on this foot, that we get so focused on the hip, like I just got to get my leg up, I just got to get my leg up, that the abdominals kind of just leave the party and they're just kind of like, whatever, they're not using us anyway. And so we're trying to bring those abdominals back into the party. Now, I want to make it clear that these aren't necessarily things we think about when we're walking. So we don't think about engaging our abdominals or firing our hip flexors. That's just not practical. It's things that just are going to kind of muddle your mind and probably almost make walking more complicated. However, there are positions we can use with exercises that will just kind of automatically or intuitively co-contract those hip flexors and those abdominals, and that's what we're going to focus on today. If you're new to this channel, I'm Tara. I'm a neurologic physical therapist, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything related to mobility, health, fitness, and mindset in the context of neurologic injury, with the end goal of empowering you with as many tools as possible to take ownership of your rehab and your health, to live an overall more active, pain-free, happier, healthier life. As a reminder, there is a handout that goes along with this video that has pictures and descriptions of all the exercises that we're going to go through today, just to make it that much easier for all of you to implement these exercises into your current home exercise program. So to get instant access to that handout, click on the first link in the description below and it'll immediately be delivered to your inbox. But now let's go ahead and dive into today's exercises. All right, so this is what I kind of call like a primer exercise. What we're doing is we're using a wedge, and what that's doing is just kind of helping a little bit to get you in a good position where those abdominals can be at like a good mechanical advantage and kind of feel the position a little bit. And then we're doing the legs in reverse. So we're starting with them flexed up, kind of like the end position you all are looking for when you're walking, and we're going backwards. So the key to this one, and again, this is kind of like a primer, is just to make sure, can you keep your back flat? So a lot of times when people are all hip flexors and they're not really using a lot of the abdominal muscles, your back will arch up. So that's all we're focused on in this one, is you're going to position this wedge kind of so that there's a little bit of a tilt in your hips. So your tailbone comes off of the mat just a little bit. Arms are up. You're trying to press your belly button down into the mat. And you're just going to drop your feet as far as you can. Now, this is very advanced, so a lot of people jump right to that because they just think, oh, well, that looks easy. But what they don't realize is that their abdominals aren't really staying engaged. So you want to really pay attention that your low back is staying in contact with the floor or with the mat, and you do that by really trying to press your belly button down into the mat as you drop those legs. If you're feeling this only in your hip flexors, like you can just feel like your hips are working, then those abdominals probably aren't staying engaged, and focus a little bit more on pressing that back down and not dropping your legs as far. And then from there, we just remove it. And same thing, now your body's gonna have to work just a little bit harder to keep that back flat. And again, you probably aren't gonna be able to drop your legs very far, especially if you're used to just using those hip flexors when you walk. Pressing that belly button down. Now we're going to add kind of like a little rocker disc. So it goes on comes with a little mat that it sits on. And then what you're going to try and do is you're going to try and fit your bottom kind of right in that dome. And then now you're going to try and tip the dome this way. Now you're going to hold it that way. Arms, I think for most people, you probably are going to want to keep them down for this. Again, you don't want to make the activity too difficult because you really want your brain to figure out how to bring those abdominals back into the party. So keep those arms down. You're trying to keep that dome. Instead of here, you're trying to keep it tipped towards you and then do those lifts. Same thing. I would consider this still kind of like a little bit of a primer exercise. Just getting the feel for incorporating those abdominals, getting them to help out a little bit, especially when it comes to walking. That's so important for efficiency. All right, so for this exercise, we're going to add a weight. If you have use of both your arms, definitely this is the best method. If you don't, either try an elbow immobilizer, or you can just try and clasp your hands together, or maybe clasp the weight like this. So you can clasp your hands together. You can use a stronger arm to help a weaker arm, but you want the weight behind your shoulders. That puts it in a position where like gravity's kind of pulling the weight down, and the goal is that you're really pressing down through your abdominals to kind of keep that weight from falling further back. And then we're going to add kind of, you can see it's kind of like similar to a walking pattern with your legs, kind of bringing those hip flexors into it. Now, the reason I like the legs supported and up high in this position is it just sets you up for success. So definitely start with your legs supported before you go into like what most people call like a dead bug or traditional dead bug. Especially if you're someone where your leg goes frog legs out to the side, you might need that extra support to really set yourself up for success and practice good quality movement. And again, weight is behind your head. You don't want it here directly at the ceiling. You want it behind your head. And you're focused on pressing that stomach down, or that back into the mat by pressing that belly button down towards your spine. And then once you get really good at that and your leg's not flopping out to the side and you know that you're keeping your back flat, you can remove the chair. And again, just like the first exercise, I wouldn't drop very far. But the whole time, you're really focused on keeping that back flat. All right, now for this one, there's 3 different variations depending on your level of difficulty. The place I think everyone should start is just with an isometric, trying to press your hands and your knees into the gym ball at the same time. Again, trying to co-contract those abdominals and those hip flexors at the same time. So back stays pressing down into the mat. Don't let it arch up, press it down, and you're just going to hold it. Once you can do that, try lifting one arm off. And then you can try lifting one leg away just a little bit. And then you can try opposite arm and leg. All right, so for this one, elbows on the ball. The key to this one is what you're trying to do is you want to, as you move forward, there's 2 kind of body positions that need to be changing. Your elbows need to be moving in front of your shoulders, and your body or your hips need to be moving in front of your knees. When you get into that end range position, you're going to feel those abdominals and those hip flexors really working at the same time. So again, you can see as I move forward, my elbows are moving forward in front of my shoulders and my hips are moving in front of my knees. So a lot of times when people aren't as strong, a lot of times what I see is either someone does this because they can't support their body weight, or they do this and they really kind of crunch over. What you want to shoot for is that you can move both. So you can see my elbows moving in front of my shoulders and my hips moving in front of my knees. So for this one, what we're working on is you want to secure a resistance band in a door or to a wall. Then you're going to get in this half kneeling position. Don't do this on a mat table. I'm just doing it so that it's framed better in the video a little bit, but definitely do this on the floor. If you lose your balance, that's a long way to the floor. So you're just going to press that band forward. Again, that's how you're getting those abdominals kind of into the party. And then you're going to lift. Now, most of you know, a lot of the videos on this channel, I like to focus on kind of functional movement retraining. So I always like to carry it over with something that functionally will apply all of these exercises to our daily life. In this case, walking. So doing something in standing that kind of simulates walking. Again, this is great for those of you that maybe catch your toe, or you're always worried about catching your toe because you've done it in the past. Learning how to kind of get those abs in the game just to kind of maybe make your walking a little bit more efficient and maybe make the probability of you catching that toe go down, or the probability of you being able to clear your feet over any kind of terrain, make that probability go up a little bit. So again, you're just going to press the band forward, just like the previous exercise. If you only have one hand, kind of wrap it around one hand, maybe clasp your hands together to help the other arm. Or you can just kind of keep it right by your shoulders and just move out a little bit farther. But engage those abs and lift. I like having something kind of to step over to that rolls so that you know when you hit it. So this, if I touch it, it'll kind of move a little bit, this weight. So you're just going to start with your foot on one side, move it over. And I would do this on both legs. So do it with your weaker leg and your stronger leg. And then that is it for this video. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. It really, really does help this channel to get out to more people and really help more people. So again, if you like it, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. If you want to get exercises throughout the week, you can head on over to Instagram, where I post 1 to 2 exercises every single week not found here on YouTube, just to add a little bit of variety to your home exercise program. If you want to go a little bit deeper, I highly recommend you join our Gold monthly membership program. With your membership, you'll get access to an entire vault of over 400 exercises to help you improve your arm movement, improve your leg movement, and improve your overall functional mobility, as well as access to our Discord channel where you can talk to other members, and I pop in there a few times a week to answer your questions. And then on top of that, you get access to our monthly lives where you can submit questions in advance and I answer those questions live. Also, we do have a $5 monthly membership program. And with your $5 monthly membership program, you will get access to our Discord channel. So you are part of that membership program. And it really, really does help this channel to be able to continue to keep putting out these free videos. So if you're really enjoying this content and you like that it's always free, and that the main mission is that we can help as many people as possible, most of whom don't have access to physical therapy. You could support this channel by subscribing to that $5 monthly membership. Link to join that is in the description below. We would love to have your support. But that is it for this video. I enjoyed spending time with you all today, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.